Hello, now then you lovely lot. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. You find me today piecing together my curved piece top. And quite frankly, it's not going particularly well. However, I have now got a grip of myself and I have slowed myself down. I came in here this afternoon and it was like, I've got to get this done. I want to get this done. I haven't been able to do anything all week. I need to get this done and I want to get this quilt top together this afternoon. And so I started piecing the rows together. And as a result of which, it wasn't going particularly well. The curves have come out really nice. I'm very pleased with how they look. And piecing the rows where you are putting the curves together to form the circle is not too bad. The problem comes, or it has for me, when I have to put the two rows of the circles together, and they have not been going very well. And my first row, I unpicked a few seams. I sewed the whole row in complete confidence, and I then unpicked, redid, unpicked, redid, unpicked, and I was getting very, very frustrated, very cross with myself. And so I have given myself a good talking to, and we are slowing things down and we are taking them a little bit calmer. Slow and steady wins the race this afternoon. I've started doing what my friend Patricia recommends doing, in that you pin everything, and then when you come to sew, somebody's shouting outside, I don't know if you can hear them or not. You pin and match all your seams, and then you sew just that little bit there over that seam join, and you do the same for each of them along the row, and then you can open it up, have a look. If you have to unpick it, you only have to unpick that little, half inch, whatever you've sewn together. You don't have to worry about the whole row. And that I find that has worked much, much better. It's a much happier way of doing things. So that's what I'm going to carry on doing. And I'm hoping that I will get this done this afternoon without too many more frustrations on my part. Right, it's a few days later because we're having a bit of a heat wave here in the UK at the moment, which is why I might look a little bit warm. So it's the garden's been calling and I haven't got very much done, but I have managed to get it together. So as you can see, some bits on it. Now, I had a bit of an issue in that, I can't remember if I'd explained before, but I only had enough squares to do, I didn't have enough squares to do a 6x7 layout, which is what I wanted. And because I could have done 6x6, but I would have had a few left over. And I actually like a rectangle as opposed to a square quilt. I know most people think I'm really weird, but I like them to be rectangles rather than squares. So I had these three different fabrics that I felt went quite well with the colours in the squares, and I passed it round by my husband, and I thought, I'll just put some random squares in around the quilt top, just to fill those spaces, and then I can use all of the curves that I've made and a little bit more fabric as well. And he said, oh, and I think it needs to be a little bit more symmetrical. I think you need to be a little bit more precise about it. So, okay, fine. So took that on board. But then he said he felt that it should also be a pop of colour, but we ignored that one. So we just went with these. And then when I took it into class, one of my ladies looked at it and she said, well, yeah, that's fine, but why don't you just use those fabrics and create some more curves? And I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Genius. So that's what I did. So you can see there's 1, 4, and then I've put those on there. I'm not quite sure what my thinking was of putting those there, but there we go. It went together really nicely. I had a few issues, like I videoed before. I slowed myself down and it went much better after that. I found that joining these together was okay. It was when you came to join those 2 circles together that it created problems, because you've got a lot of bulk coming in here with all of this fabric. So that was the tricky join, really. And yes, I've ended up with 3 planes, 3 sort of solids there, which I hadn't planned. But as we all know, from here to the sewing machine is a very long way, and a lot can go wrong in that little journey, as you can see here. But I decided, you know what, again, back to the don't overthink it, just do it. I left it in, and it's fine. It looks okay. I'm quite pleased with it. So that's all done. I'm trying to think if I had any other problems. I don't think I did. It pressed up really nicely afterwards. And so now I think I might have enough there to do binding. I think I can scrape a binding through from that. I had a reach through the cupboard of doom and I found this, which is I can't try and think who made it. Hoffman fabric. I think it's been in there for a while. But I just thought, do you know what, that would really suit it quite well, wouldn't it? Sorry if I banged my microphone. Now the only problem is, let me show you the problem. We are really tight up against it, width-wise. But again, I've decided, don't overthink it, just get it on the frame and just get it quilted. There's plenty lengthways. I'm not short lengthways, but it's just that width, so I might have to be a bit careful. But I'd rather use that than something else. So we're going to go with that. Ta-da! Now, the other thing I have to decide is how I'm going to quilt it. This is what I store my pantographs in. If you can see, it's just a plastic box, and it's not the greatest solution. It's not the greatest storage device for them, but we're going to go with it anyway. Might have to think about this one and come back to you. Right, so in the interest of using what's in the cupboard still, I've managed to find, I've got 2 of these Quilter's Dream Poly that I thought I'd give a try this time round, but we might leave that one because that one's 60 by 60, whereas this one's 60 by 46, which I think is going to be big enough. So backing's loading on, so I think we'll go with that one. I think we're going to use that and see what that's like. I have made a decision and I'm going to just straight line it. I think I told you that, didn't I? Yeah, I'm not messing around any further. So now I've just got to decide. Oh, it's just endless decisions today. I've got to decide what colour thread to quilt it in. So I'm now going to pull out the bag of threads, and I'll probably spend another 2 hours trying to decide what I'm going to do thread-wise. So I keep all of my Aurifil threads in proper plastic boxes, but all of my sort of I don't know, different variegated. I keep them bagged up in sort of similar colours like this. And these are a mixture of, I don't know, some of them are polyester, some of them are cotton. But then I can just pull out. I think they're all a little bit light maybe. At the moment, that's my favourite. You're my favourite. You're a bit light. So it's a choice between, and I'm not sure how much I've got on that. So I am thinking, by way of process of elimination, I'm thinking we have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I think we're going to go with that one. And we're finished, all done, binding on. I put the binding to the back and then turned it over to the front and then machine stitched it down, top stitched it down from the front, which, as we have discussed in the past, it's not a bad finish on the front, not overly keen on the back, but it's fine, we'll take it. So yes, all done. Quite pleased with it. Backing works quite nicely. You saw, I think, from my previous bit of footage, I had a little bit left over, but not a huge amount. And wadding size was absolutely perfect. There was no wastage on the wadding. Straight lined with it's a King Tut cotton on the top. I had Aurifil on the bottom, which did mean that I had to play with the tension a little bit. And I do have a couple of rows that are not great, but they're fine. They'll do. Straight lines, and I had another issue in that one of my ratchets on the right-hand side of my frame wasn't locked off properly. And so I couldn't quite figure out why I seemed to be sort of drifting off on the right-hand side of the quilt. Got there eventually, but it does mean that on one side, can't remember which one side, I have a little pleat which is just there. Like I have a little pleat, just, you know, in all honesty, because no, it's not there. Anyway, on one of the sides, I have a little pleat because it took me a while to realise what was going on. So that's all corrected now and locked off properly. So hopefully that won't happen again, but it is something that I will keep a lookout for in future. The wadding quilted out really nicely. I like it. I think it's got a nice feel to it. It's quite soft, and I think that the straight line quilting worked really well as well. So I finished something. Yay! Go me. There you go. Ta-da! So just very quickly before I go, I did go up to Malvern, and I'll put a couple of pictures in here. I did go up and have a look and see my quilts hanging. I was very pleased with them. I thought they looked really nice. It was a bit of a shame about the sunflower one because it was sort of shoved into a corner, which I didn't think you could see it to its full advantage, but I was very, very pleased with them actually. I had a lovely day. It was really nice. So that's it for today. I quite like this working through projects. So this is something that I think we will do again. In the cupboard, I do have a number of boxes of unfinished items that I might pull out and we might sort of work on one and try and work through a few. So how do you fancy joining me? Have you got any leftover projects anywhere? Perhaps next time you might consider digging one out, and we can perhaps see if we can tick a few of these off our list, shall we? Anyway, thanks ever so much for joining me. Nice to have you with me today. Take care, and I'll see you soon.